Yellowstone Supervolcano could be gearing up to explode with consequences, geologists explained. Scientists have long warned about a potential eruption at the US-based caldera, an event that would cause havoc not only in the United States but around the whole world. Modern humans have never witnessed a supervolcano eruption. If they had, there's a good chance they would not be here today, because it could probably create an extinction level event. That's because such an eruption would likely change the direction of the planet and send it on a completely different path altogether. Supervolcanoes are different from regular volcanoes in that they have an eruption of magnitude 8 on the Volcano Explosivity Index, VEI, meaning that at one point in time, they erupted more than 1,000 cubic kilometers, that's 240 cubic miles, of material. The most recent major eruption came August 27, 1883 in Indonesia, when Krakatoa Island nearly collapsed in on itself and triggered an immense tsunami. Yet Krakatoa is a regular earthquake, and unlike its super cousins such as Yellowstone caldera in the US, a supervolcano that scientists have warned about for decades. Krakatoa is a regular volcano, we should say. Now, volcanic activity first began at Yellowstone National Park region some 2 million years ago. It was back then that molten rock magma rose from deep within the earth and produced 3 cataclysmic eruptions, more powerful than any in the world's recorded history. Luckily, Yellowstone has not had anything like that eruption since, though its potential volcanic activity was explored during What If's short documentary. What if the Yellowstone volcano erupted tomorrow? And here the narrator notes, right now in the US, one of the world's largest volcanoes is gearing up to explode. If Yellowstone decided to erupt, the results would be devastating. It's erupted 3 times in the past 3 million years, which has led some people to wonder whether we should be worried about another eruption in the near future. But if the eruption took place tomorrow and you lived in North America, there would be virtually nothing you could do to prepare. The near future, in geological terms, can mean hundreds of thousands of years away, but the documentary looked at the hypothetical situation in which Yellowstone supervolcano oozed lava. Much of Yellowstone's magma would not turn into lava, because the intensity of the eruption would force most of it to shoot into the sky. While good news for those in its close vicinity, it does not take away the risks and dangers associated with a different kind of volcanic eruption. It would in fact cause more damage, sending plumes of ash across the US and Canada and as far away as Europe. Tens of millions of people within a 1,000 kilometer, 621 mile radius would die, as once breathed in, the ash would form a cement-like mixture in the lungs and cause suffocation. Meanwhile, outside, buildings would collapse. Just 12 inches of ash is enough to cave in roofs. Ash would still pose a danger to life outside this 1,000 kilometer range, 621 miles, where at least a centimeter of toxic stuff would have settled. The world would experience vast changes in temperature due to the constant cloud cover, dropping by around 10 degrees Celsius and lasting as long as 10 years, causing something known as a volcanic winter. Crops would be destroyed by the ash, as well as water supplies and most of the other vital natural supplies humans rely on. The United States Geological Survey, USGS, reported that Yellowstone is behaving as it has done for the past 140 years. Odds are very high that Yellowstone will be eruption-free for the coming centuries, it previously said. The region last suffered a major eruption around 630,000 years ago. We're talking about super eruption. Before this, events happened 1.3 million years and 2.1 million years ago. This eruption was, it's thought, some 1,000 times bigger than the eruption that occurred at Mount St. Helens in 1980, which caused $1 billion in damage. According to Dr. Robert B. Smith, an expert in supervolcanoes talking to Sky History. If Yellowstone were to blow today, devastation would be complete and incomprehensible. Professor Christopher Kilburn, volcanologist, University College London, UCL, previously told Express UK it was a myth that the world supervolcanoes were being watched by the appropriate authorities. On Yellowstone, he warned, imagine central parts of the U.S. being knocked out of action, the wheat belt and all agricultural producing areas would be just wiped out. It's a huge task to think about, and what would the survivors do? Presumably, there would be huge migration to safer areas. Would those countries be able to accommodate those millions of people? That's the question. And this is on Express UK by Joel Day. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.